Good morning, my loves. Happy Tuesday. It is a very rainy morning here at the lake this morning. We're having a little rain off and on, which is a nice change. It's in the 50s right now. I think the high today is in the 70s, like 74, which is for here, that's considered cold. Okay, it is what it is. Let it go. It's fine. We are continuing the topic of holidays and anxieties and the trauma dramas. I am getting tons of calls and DMs and text messages from people. Bless their heart, they're just having an absolute panic attack over things that are happening. First of all, take a deep breath. It's a holiday. It's one day. Do not allow one day to ruin your life. Okay? You can have the bear, or the bear can have you. Take control of the situation. If you are hosting, I cannot say this loud enough. If you are hosting, it's your house, your rules. Bottom line. I have hosted many dinner parties and Thanksgivings and Christmases and on and on and on and on and on. I love it. I love to have dinner parties. I love to entertain. I love to cook and bake. But you have to be ready for anything. Now, it is just me and the cat this year. However, I have extra. When I did my shopping, I got extra just in case. I know it's not going to be anybody, I'm not expecting anybody. I don't think the cat's expecting anybody. Well, with Finn, you never know. But I have extra just in case. It's just a smart thing to do. I am not a fan of turkey. I mean, turkey sandwiches once in a while are okay. I'm not going to have a turkey. I cannot stand ham. I mean, bacon is good. I'm not a fan of ham. The smell of a baked ham is just nauseating to me. Not going to happen. So it's going to be pretty much side dishes, maybe a few desserts around our house. But you have to be ready for anything, which leads me to two stories. You'll love this, I think. Many years ago, and I'm thinking it was about 20 years ago because my son's just getting ready. Next month, he and his wife are celebrating their 20th wedding anniversary, and this was right before they got married. So I lived in another state. I lived in the Midwest at the time, and it was Thanksgiving. And at the time, he had called and said that he and his future wife wanted to come for Thanksgiving. Wonderful. I had plenty of room. I had a huge house, not a problem. And my dad and my mom had passed many years ago. So my dad had remarried. He and his spouse were going to go to her families. Perfect. Not a problem. I did baking for a lot. I love to bake. I'm a very good cook. And I did baking for a lot of people. I had, homemade rolls. Oh, honey, I've got a bread recipe that would make Hawaiian rolls cry. And I made, extra dinner rolls, cinnamon bread, all kinds of cakes and cookies and stuff, and had them stashed just in case I needed them, in case somebody else needed them. Always be prepared. Day before Thanksgiving, I get a call from my son. Hey, Mom, just so you know, we're bringing my daughter-in-law's parents and her grandmother. That's okay, right? Absolutely. Okay, I had to think on my feet. I had to make it happen. I had more than enough food. I just had to do a little extra baking, get started a little early. Not that big a deal. Now, of course, when my dad and his spouse found out the in-laws are coming, they wanted to come too. Okay, you just make it happen. And when my dad and his spouse were coming, a couple of her family members wanted to come too. Okay, we can do this. You make it happen. It's that simple. You just make it happen. Don't fly into a tizzy. Don't get upset. Look at it as a challenge that people are coming to your home to enjoy the warmth of your hospitality. Make it happen. I did. We had a wonderful time. There was more than enough food. Everybody loved it. Kind of a cute story on this one. I make my own cranberry relish. I don't like the canned stuff. I had it there in case somebody liked it, but I make my own with fresh cranberries and oranges and all the yummy stuff. Well, my recipe, you add, as you're cooking it down, you add tawny port wine. Gives it a very nice umami flavor. It's just yummy. And my dad's spouse is hardcore Southern Baptist, which means she does not partake of alcohol. Being respectful, I had two batches, the loaded and unloaded. And I let everybody know there are two dishes in two completely different colors so you can tell them apart. And I put the non alcoholic in front of her plate where she would have easy access to be respectful. And everybody's eating and having fun. And she reaches over and she says, I want to try just a spoonful. Uh huh. Well, that spoonful that led to her consuming probably over half a cup. She loved it. And I kept moving the alcoholic away from her and pushing the non alcoholic to her. And I would remind her, you really don't want to remember, you don't drink. This has alcohol in it. Oh, Jesus will forgive me this time. It's a holiday. Well, I'm not worried about Jesus forgiving you. I'm worried about the hangover you're going to have. Oh, I'm being silly. Okay, fine. Well, they left, and she said she went home and took the best nap that she ever had, but woke up with a headache. Imagine that. But just be prepared and be respectful for people that drink, don't drink. If people, as I had stated in yesterday's video, if you have people who are newly sober, who are in recovery, be mindful. Have a dry Thanksgiving. Say, we're not serving alcohol this year. Now, at my dinner, we had wine because everybody enjoyed wine except one person. And that was fine. That was her choice. She wasn't offended. It wasn't a problem. So just be respectful. If you have somebody that is in recovery, they're struggling, make it a dry holiday. Be respectful for them. But go with the flow. Have fun. Make it enjoyable for everyone. Now, on the flip side of this, in my family growing up, it wasn't that way. Our Thanksgivings were a bit more formal, and invitations were sent out, invitation only. And if you weren't invited, you did not attend. Now, my house was always, for my son, even when he was in high school, you never knew who was going to show up, if maybe for dessert, maybe for part of the meal. You have teenagers, you know how that is. But in my family growing up, invitation only. Now, my dad would phone people and invite them. That was his job, and get back to mom as to how many to expect. Every year, the same thing. My mom and dad would tell my sister, she is 17 years older than me, her kids. I have one niece that's 3 years younger than I am, one that's 5 years younger, and my nephew, I think, is 8 years younger, something like that. But by now, the kids are in high school, they're dating. And I'm, out of school, of course. I'm trying to think, I was divorced, I had a baby, but I'm still, of course, at the Thanksgiving dinner. And I did not bring a date. You just don't do that. I could have, I didn't. And mom would tell my sister, they aren't, tell the kids they are not bringing dates. And my sister would call back, well, so and so wants to bring this person. They don't have any place to go. My mom would say, I don't care. It's not going to happen. This is family only. Whoever is hosting the dinner, it's their house, their rules. Just accept it and let it go. My sister could not do that. It became the war of the worlds. And dad and I knew what was going to happen. They were going to show up, and my nieces and nephew were going to have dates with them. Absolutely. Just to defy my mom. It's my sister, telling my mom, you're not the boss of me. My God, my sister was well into her 40s. Grow up. If the answer is no, the answer is no. If you don't like it, have your own Thanksgiving dinner at your home. So my mom would serve it was a nice meal, a lot of tension. And I have photos of my sister and my mom sitting across from each other, arms crossed, glaring at each other, just a death stare of, how dare you? That is not the way to celebrate a holiday. But it every year, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas was like this. Don't do that. If you're hosting, it's your house, your rules. If you're a guest, it's their house, their rules. If they tell you, I'm sorry, no, we would really prefer you not bring a guest, don't bring a guest. Don't try and sneak somebody in. If somebody popped in from out of town, well, then you're going to excuse yourself from your family Thanksgiving, and you're going to go to wherever you can get in. Don't be a burden. Don't be rude. It's not a time for snarkiness. This is Thanksgiving, the time to be thankful and to come together and count our blessings, not draw a line in the sand and start a family feud. Don't push buttons. Don't be manipulative. Don't be controlling. If you go and they're serving something that you don't care for, don't eat it. Say, I wouldn't care for any, but thank you. It looks lovely. That's all you have to say. If they offer you an alcoholic beverage and you don't drink, say, no thanks. I'd prefer water. You can always say you're on an antibiotic, because if you're on an antibiotic, you should not drink any alcohol. But don't make a scene. Don't be a stinker. Allow everybody to enjoy the holiday. Embrace it. Embrace others. Tomorrow, same topic. We're going to tweak it to a new facet. But the rest of this week, we are going to be discussing holiday trauma drama and the phone calls that I'm getting. I'm talking people, off the roof on a, hourly basis. Just go with the flow. And if people cannot respect you, they cannot respect your house, they don't need to be there. Okay? You wouldn't allow anybody to come in your house and trash your house. Don't let them come in and trash your holiday. If they're going to come in and start a fight, if they're going to come in and be drunk, disorderly, disruptive, rude, and disrespectful, tell them ahead of time. We know what happened last year. If it's going to happen this year, don't bother to come. And if you come to my home and you behave like this, I will not only ask you to leave, I will have you escorted off my property into an Uber and sent home. Stand your ground. Respect your boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. We'll talk tomorrow. Just breathe through it. It's going to be okay.